So, good afternoon. It is afternoon. And living here in Henderson, Las Vegas, definitely not a part of the America that I know, but this is the America that I'm in. As you know, here in Nevada, some people think that you have to belong to a coalition or a group of people to represent your interests as an American citizen. And I'm here to tell you, no, that's not how it works. In America, everybody has a voice. When you were born by yourself. You didn't come here with a lot of other people, unless you came with twins or triplets. I mean, sometimes that happens, but it's rare. So, the real deal is when you die, you're going to die alone too. So the deal is, here we are, living in America as African Americans. How far have we come since Brown versus the Board of Education, since the 1963 or 64 Civil Rights Act? Oh my goodness, since the Emancipation Proclamation. Let's just have a conversation in regards to where we are. But, when you have to, I needed to understand what was going on. How were people actually participating and engaging in the process? I needed to understand, I needed to see that. I mean, because you can't get to the site council meetings because they really don't have site councils. And those parents who are participating do not participate in the evaluation of the demonstration of the maintenance for the programs that are designed to be working at the school. And the only people who truly know what's going on at the school site is the principal. As they are like kings. It takes one principal and one teacher to remove a student from their gifted and talented placement. Understand what I'm saying. Gifted and talented placement. One principal and one teacher. So when I ask, where's the manifestation data that demonstrates that you even had the ability or could even conceive about moving a child away from their homeschool placement? And you don't have no data. Because you really don't do special ed. And for whatever reason, well, we know. Black people have always joked about the yellow bus. And nobody really wants to be identified as special ed student. But guess what? What you don't understand can hurt you because special education is just the long arm of the federal government coming in to tell the state what they will and will not do. But you ain't getting nothing. I mean, nothing? I mean, what is the harbor? I mean, why are people so proud to be involved in the harbor when I cannot find the data that demonstrates the effectiveness of the program? And quite frankly, I just want to let each and every person know. I mean, there are people that know me for years and they know exactly who I am. I'm not trying to be your best friend and I'm not trying to be your boo. I'm actually not trying to be anything to anyone except for my family because I love my children. And I love my family. And I have extended my family to sisters. I have sisters that from another mother. But quite frankly, I am just not trying to be leading anyone except for I lead myself. But I understand the obligation of the use of the federal dollars, which you may not understand. And quite frankly, you have far too many people who participate that don't understand the intent behind Title I, Neglected and Delinquent, or the Local Control Accountability Act, or whatever Goals 2000 meant, or whatever, they've had so many Every Child Succeed Act was Obama. No Child Left Behind was Bush. But Goals 2000 was before Bush. And then Hillary was there in 2004. Ensuring that children with disabilities have the same access as their non-disabled peers. And boo, I'm just going to tell you, failure is just not an option until you decide that someone else has a responsibility to do self-advocacy for your ass because you don't vote. Or perhaps you just never thought it was so important, but you pay taxes. And you pay a lot of money in taxes. You know what you're paying for? You're paying for all them people who are sitting on your children saying your children are dysfunctional. And that's just the way it is. But when you don't understand and you count 5 or 6 babies, start counting more than $100,000 for each one. Do you know if you have a premature child, how much they charge for premature babies? But then we have all these women who would beat their children because they're frustrated, because they don't have the skill level. And no one really bothers to ensure access happens for skill level development. I mean, parents are just not born. But somehow, if you believe that you can govern me as an adult, believe me, you are kidding yourself. Because I don't take instruction from no one. That's why I'm not paying no dues for anybody to think that they can govern me. Because I don't have to use your name. I don't have to be a part of your organization. I'm a part of the National Urban League and a part of the National NAACP, not the local branch. Because the local branch told me they didn't believe the same things that I believed, and therefore they were working on whatever they wanted to. But it was quite hilarious to hear Sandra Cosgrove talk about how they orchestrated the meeting when they had someone there. They wouldn't let people talk. And they chose which notes, because see, they choose what people say. And I've watched them, I witnessed this. And then they said they were going to ensure that everybody's comment was included, which they never did. So, I mean, these are control freaks. People who think that they can manage individual adults. And believe me, I understand. I can't manage anybody's behavior except for my own. And I manage mine pretty well. So, it's unfortunate that you thought that by giving me a call that you would tell me something and inform me that I don't have to come to your meetings. Well, I'm telling you right now, there was never any reason for me to come to your meetings except for sharing some of my knowledge, which I know you do not possess, because there are few people who have had the liberty to participate in the oversight and alignment of public instruction as I have, as a single parent raising 3 children with 3 different developmental areas. And quite frankly, every child can learn. But if you don't believe that, well, failure is always an option. And apparently Negroes and black people and African Americans and whatever you want to call yourself do that very well, because they are not, I'm not my brother's keeper. I ain't got nothing to do with you. I can't help you with what you doing. Then your children, yeah, they are your children. Parents are not born. But as you understand very well here in Nevada, that penitentiary time is real for abuse of children and animals. So, but the development of those people around the protection or the responsibility for self is limited. And I know it's limited, because if people want to get on the phone with 2 people and tell you about yourself, who do they think they are? I question. Not life-giving people. And quite frankly, don't hate. Quite frankly, we're all going to be relative in the end. The responsibility for ensuring that engagement happens through all of us. And we're here to teach. But if you're not here to teach and you're here to train someone, better be a child, because it's damn sure ain't me. But y'all have a great day. That's what I can say, because I plan on enjoying my day and my evening. It's National Margarita Day. Have a drink on me, but you'll pay for it.